Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of the CAT series for Before You Grind. Today I'm going to help you understand and break down avatars and auras. If you didn't already know, avatars and auras are another set of luxury items that can alter your appearances while providing a small amount of damage boost and a nice quality of life boost here and there. Now, what exactly are avatars? Once again, as mentioned before, avatars are a set of equipments that can alter the appearance of your characters from the base model to a different look. Alongside that, they can provide different benefits through avatars having the bonuses themselves and possessing something called a emblem slot, which we'll get to later, but also the avatars themselves have a little bonus. So with that being said, I will try to explain the differences between the normal and the rare set. So I'm going to start with a breakdown of the normal set of avatars, and before that I'm going to quickly also help you understand the difference between a clone avatar and a normal avatar. Now, you might be wondering, what is a clone avatar or clone set? Well, with the normal avatar set, it will change appearance of the character based on the equipment itself, so the slot itself, whereas a clone avatar will not. Instead, it will be like a tabula rasa, it's a blank sheet, or something like a transparent piece of gear. And when you equip the transparent piece of gear, it will actually just be equipped, but it won't alter the appearance at all. So I'll just very quickly show you the two examples here. And as you can see on the left there, I'm equipping the normal avatar itself, and it's altering my current appearances and it's changing how my character models look and whatnot. Whereas the set on the right, you can see even though it's fully equipped, it hasn't actually changed my appearances at all. Alongside that, there is also the fact that normal avatars themselves don't actually provide any stats besides fame, whereas the clone avatars are the ones that actually have the emblem slot and the avatar options itself. So I'll pop it up right now very quickly, and as you can see here, the normal avatar on the left there doesn't actually have any stat boost at all, as you can see, just a little tiny fame buff. Whereas the clone avatar of the same rarity has not just the fame buff, but also the emblem socket, which gives you a small amount of buffs, and the innate ability, as you can see at the very bottom there, that you unfortunately can't change. The only one that can be changed is the rare version of the avatar, which is a shame, but I'll explain that more later down the line. And it looks like it's later down the line. So anyways, that's pretty much the cover and the base of what avatars are. And just before I get to emblems, I'm going to very quickly show you the difference between a normal avatar set, meaning the non-rare version, as compared to a rare version of an avatar set. Alongside that, I'll be showing you what a weapon avatar is, because unfortunately there isn't a clone avatar of a weapon version, whereas there is one for the rare version. So I'll just very quickly go into that and I'll show you the full set effect very quickly. On the left there, you have the advanced avatar set, which is just the normal avatar set I've been talking about, but that's just the clone version. And then on the right there, you have the rare avatar set, which is way more desirable and provides way more benefits, as you can already see, just based on the effects as well. But the one thing I want to point out, which is the quality of life I was talking about, is the tile movement speed down here. 60% tile movement speed is huge, and once you get used to this, you can't go back, unfortunately. Nevertheless, rare avatars of course gives you emblem slots as well, but the most important thing is that they give you a platinum emblem slot in the top and bottom section, alongside weapon and aura, which I will cover right now. So you've already heard me explain emblem slots a lot, I feel like, and mentioned it throughout this video, why they're so important and whatnot. And just to give you a quick rundown, just in case as a reminder, they're basically the sigils that you can put into your avatar slots, whether they're your rare avatars, rare clone avatars, or your normal rare avatars, or your normal clone avatar sets. And these emblems can actually give you quite a decent amount of boosts. It can help push your crit rate up, it can give you movement speed, which is really nice. It can give you flat stat, or the most important ones, which is the platinum emblem, which can give you a direct level to a certain skill in your entire skill tree. Now, each avatar has a unique pair of colors that can only have a certain color of emblem inside of them. Here they are, as you can see. Top and bottoms can slot green emblems, hat, hair can slot red emblems, face and torso can slot yellow emblems, waist and shoes can slot blue emblems, but you also have weapon, aura, and skin, which are multicolored, meaning they can slot any color of emblems with the exception of platinum emblems, which can only be slotted in your aura, top and bottom. So you might be wondering, what do the different colors mean? The different colors just mean different type of stats, and very quickly here I'll show you what all the different colors are. So red colors are usually just flat stat, so strength, int, fit, spirit, all stat. And then yellow, you have just all your tertiary stats in my opinion, so mana recovery, casting speed, attack speed, HP recovery, hit recovery. and then green is just more your, so the most important one in this is just crits, physical crit or magical crit, depending on what you're using. Very rarely do you take evasion or HP or MP max, but just more stat. And then the blue is just most important one because it gives you movement speed. I'm a very biased person with movement speed, as you can tell. It's a really nice stat, but yeah, very unlikely you'll take anything else that is not movement speed. And then this is just your multicolored emblems. Very rarely would you take a gold version, but multicolored is just you can slot into any slots here. So how do they work? If you want to equip an emblem, I'm going to take this now. I'm going to show you in game as well how do you go about equipping a certain emblem slot. So if you go into your inventory under avatars here, you can just shift or right click and it'll bring up a menu for you to equip your emblems. Do be warned that if you are right clicking and putting on a emblem over this current one, it will replace the current emblem. Meaning, if you have gold emblems, please be very careful because gold emblems are unfortunately very rare and very hard to come by in my opinion. Of course, I do have a selection box in my inventory, but as of recording, I'm currently undergoing the 10th year anniversary, which just gives us a lot of rewards. As a matter of fact, gives us a full set of rare clone avatars, emblem slots, plat emblems. Very good, essentially. Anyways, get back on point. If you can't get a full set of gold avatars, so you're struggling to farm the gold for the avatars itself. So as to how to get emblems, I'm just gonna summarize and go through it. So with emblems themselves, you can get lucky, and in dungeons they can drop a pouch like this. This is specifically platinum emblems. You can also get normal random silver and uncommon platinum emblems. Like all these random emblems, they do drop from dungeons, however they're not really high rarity. Another way for you to get emblems is of course the auction house. You can just buy them from the auction house here. Just go through and you can scroll to all the silver and gold emblems. They do cost quite a bit and it is a little bit expensive for you to grind a full set. So my opinion is that you just settle with like a bronze set or something and just wait for events, because usually events should just give out a full emblem set anyways. The battle pass sometimes do give emblems as well. I'm not sure if this current one or in the future if they do or have, but sometimes they give out like 2 or 3. As you can see here, platinum emblems. I'm not sure if they give out gold emblem or not. The other way for you to get it is if you go here, go to equipment upgrades, go all to the right, you should see an NPC called Daphne. So this one right here, you can buy just normal bronze emblem or like plat emblems, just like really bad plat emblems. Or the another one is for you to gamba, so sunder avatars, just meaning you just put in an avatar you don't use and there's a chance for you to get silver or gold avatars. However, this is like kind of ineffective in my opinion and kind of a whale method of doing it. Even if you whale, just sell the package, get the gold and just buy it directly from the auction house. There's no reason for you to ever sunder avatars in my opinion, but you do you, I guess. Outside of that, I believe those are the majority of the ways for you to get emblems. If there's any other ways, please let me know and we'll continue on with the video. With that being said, with emblems, the most important one, like I mentioned, is your top, bottom. Well, I didn't mention, but the most important one in my opinion are your top, bottom, and your aura. Because as you can see, it gives you a huge platinum emblem slot. Now with the platinum emblem, the most notable thing here is you can slot in your buff enhancement skill. On top of that, the top itself can actually have the innate ability, as you can see at the very bottom there, ability Fair and Face skill +1, meaning that is my buff enhancement skill +1, which is very good. So if I wanted to, I can have the platinum emblem socket in here, having Fair and Faith +1, ability Fair and Faith skill +1, so it will be +2 from this top itself, and then I'll have the aura having a different skill, or the bottom having a plat emblem with Firm Faith +1 as well. With all of that, it's just a way for you to buff up your skill, which is why you see top and bottom here being a socket for you to put it in. Not sure why aura isn't here anymore, but that's okay. Anyways, with the best in slot, if you're wondering how to get your best in slot, typically you'll probably just have a spare rare top and bottom to fill in these two slots here, and then you have another two to level up a main skill or a whatever skill you're funneling into, which is why it's really expensive, because getting 2 rare tops like that by itself is pretty expensive, especially in the auction house. There probably won't be any in the auction hall, but I'll check anyways. They'll probably all be inside the Avatar auction hall, but there are some here. But anyways, besides all of that, the last thing I want to cover is the weapon avatar. A weapon avatar is very rare in my opinion, and also very unique, because it is, as you can see here, it has a very specific level tied to it. Mine, for example, is level 75, and as you can see in its text itself, it's Priest F, God's Wrath +1, God's Wrath +1, sorry. And for my build specifically, I am full funneled into God's Wrath as my skill. Everything is funneled into 75. That's why all my talismans is my 75 skill. My avatar itself, this is a level 75 skill, and if I have best in slot title, which apparently I do, it's level 75 active skill plus 10%, which is very strong, of course. And even my build here, as you can see, 75 skill attack plus 20% minus 20%. So the red clone avatar weapon itself is very dependent on your class and your build itself, which is why it's hard to like say get this one, get this level, get that level. If you want to know which one to get, please refer to the 80% DFO Discord document. There should be a master sheet there that shows you what class should funnel into what skill, and then from there you can just pick the weapon avatar level, because it will just give you a range, either 45, 35, 25, 65, whatever it is. Yeah, but anyways, I've rambled on for a little bit too much now, so I'm just going to very quickly jump to a summary and summarize everything you've seen in this video so far. So I'll see you there. So I'm a potato, and I kind of forgot to explain the abilities. So the avatar abilities itself didn't really go much into detail. So with the avatar abilities, as you can see at the very bottom, how this, for example, this torso here says a noble status resist 3.6% increase. This stats can change for every single slot, I guess, in a sense. And the way you can change it, when you first get the item itself, it will let you choose whatever stat you want it to be, and there's usually a option where it's the game itself will select the most popular option for you, or the most best in slot, I guess. However, there are certain cases where you might have to change it, or you might want to prefer a different stat over the one you have, in which case the ability to do that is that you need to go into the mileage shop, or you need to obtain one of these rare avatar option change cubes. So the best place to get it is in the mileage shop. Scroll down and it's right here. It's 200 mileage, which is pretty easy to get. And how you go about it is just right click, and then you just select whichever avatar you want it to be. So for example, let's say I want to change my abnormal status resist here. I will just press OK, drag it back in, and then you can see here it will say the most popular option among your subclass. So if you want to click, you can just click user preference, and then you'll click whatever class you are. So for my case it's Inquisitor, and it will select the most popular option here. Now the reason why I want to bring this up is, and why it's actually kind of significant, is because certain items and certain metas require you to have different stats. For example, the reason why currently this torso is abnormal status resist is because back in the 110 meta, closing in on the 115 now, is because this ring here requires us to have a status resist of 50% or higher. The ring itself provides 40%, however we need to find 10% ourselves from somewhere, right? So the player base figured out that the best ways to go about is to use avatar abilities instead of emblems, because if you're going to run full emblem abnormal status resist, that's extremely expensive. So you just run abnormal status resist here, you run it on 2, so I believe it is face as well, yeah. So face and torso was the 2 slots. Alongside that, you just chug a potion, and then you'll get the 10% threshold. With that all knocked out, I'm pretty sure that is everything explained, and I will jump into the summary now. I'll see you there. Summary: there are two versions of avatars, clone and normal, alongside two rarities, rare and normal. Clone avatars do not change your appearance, the normal ones do. Normal rarities, normal avatars do not have any stats besides the adventure fame. And then there are the normal clone avatars and then rare avatars, both of them, so the rare appearance one and the rare clone ones. They have their own set effects, with the rare one being the stronger one, of course, and then they both have the emblem slots, but only the rare ones have plat emblems, which are very strong, that can level your buff swap skill and funnel into your skill. Next, obtaining a full set of rare avatars can be quite difficult, so either buy them with gold in the avatar market when you grind for them, wait for events, or you can use buying cubes to roll for them, which is insanely expensive in my opinion, because not only does it cost Sarah to buy the cubes, it also costs Sarah and gold to buy the avatar itself, because it costs you number one the cubes, and you need two of the same slotted avatars as well, meaning you need two ways to roll a rare ways, or you need two faces to rare faces. So expensive, ineffective in my opinion. Just wait for events, and if you're not a whale, don't swipe and just wait for the cloning set itself. And finally, to get emblems, you can get it through the auction house, events, Daphne, or Sundering. In my opinion, events are the best way to get them, followed by auction house if you want to grind for them, grinding the gold I mean. And then last but not least, I highly recommend going against Sundering. You are the master of your own world, you can sunder them if you like. It's just a waste of money in my opinion, but you do you, champ. Anyways, this video took me way too long to get out because I just got caught up with a lot of different things. If you've listened to this far, thanks for listening, and I hope the video helped you a little bit in your DFO journey. Alongside that, I just realized I haven't talked about auras at all, so I'm gonna have to go do that in a bonus video. Take care, and I'll see you soon.